Okay, so out of range setting up here on defense, DiNG setting up on attack. Are we going to see some kind of fight for the middle mojo, or is one team going to give up for the other?
Well, DiNG actually has a lineup that can allow them to go for the middle. They certainly know how to boost, we know that, and they can put all those Skoda and TVP to clip out on anyone who is trying to interfere with that. And then they have the late approach. So this kind of setup really gives you a lot because you can choose based on what enemy has, because we all know there is a fog of war there. They can just choose to go hill or water. And they chose hill at this moment, but they could as well went wherever wherever they want.
Triple hill rush, can they all make it?
Shockish.
Shockish.
Oh, help. Oh, lucky Shockish.
Oh, laddie. Oh, no. Not what we want to see.
Mate, last time we saw Positive do that. That was minus 1400. Lucky DiNG this time.
Very lucky to slide just down there. Now, what I just noticed about out of range is we were saying it earlier on, they have a lot of players that they can use to rotate around. Again, no new multi-show playing for out of range. He's a player who's well known for his ability in autoloaders. Call me Rizek, call me Rizek and Dizek there in the team with Kerlov, Raging Potato, Desha, Call me Piotr and Sente. A bit surprised, to be honest, not to see new multi-show there.
Well, maybe he's on vacation this time. We never know.
We'd only know if he's in your team or not if he was on vacation.
Well, Piotr and the guys are controlling the island really offensively together with Eha. That's quite cool. And Raging is covering them from K4. And honestly, as we said, that 5100 is sitting right there where RT would be. So he's trying to counter any possible push there on Senti. So he's covering his flank if Clippers are coming for him. So he can emerge from the Fade. But I think it's so predictable that DiNG already knows that he's there. There is no proxy spot on the hill, so they gave complete control of the hill and they gave complete control of the mountain to DiNG. Now, how will that work for them? I really don't know, because if there is a decisive push on them in a base, yes, they have that 50 there, but I don't know. I mean, he can do only so much.
It's important what you said there earlier on. There's no artillery, so we're going to see quite a lot of static play here from each side, as they don't have to worry about getting spotted and staying still and then having the shot arcing down on top of them.
Looks like Shockish is going for a boost.
Shockish.
He's going for it.
Round. Okay, at E0, Shockish is going to run up the hill there. No crossfire coming around to him. Shockish just makes it up. That was lucky. Just kind of clipped the rock a bit there. There's no going to be any crossfire. They don't have anyone at the bottom down.
They're going to do a double boost, it seems. Positive is raised after him.
Yep. There's nobody at G6 who can spot him. Once Shockish gets up there and is not spotted, then he's able to tell her team, yep, it's safe, come on up. So, pressure on Positive. Can you do a boost safely? Is DiNG considerably better than Rusty Roster at boosting? Oh, Positive.
Oh, good one.
That is a textbook example of how to get up that area. Positive, one of the most experienced players we actually have in the league, so you would
Daki was
expect
trolling
to be
him
able to do
enough that he took additional classes there.
Daki's in chat probably right now going, damn it. Or he'll be like, actually guys, I showed them how to do that, and trying to take all the credit for it.
Well, at the moment, DiNG is controlling about 2/3 of the map. They even have Kuritz on island, who is ready to see any kind of fast rotation. And he has Halknik really behind him on that A3, A4 position, who can clip, and also Mrakar from the middle. And really important, they have 2 guys now up. Now these boys, they will prevent any kind of rotation for out of range to be successful in this part of the map. And also in one moment they can just choose to go down. But I think next rotation from DiNG should be the push here. So although they saw these Clippers here, I still think they can do it.
Yep, each of the tanks up on the east flank have been spotted. Shockish got himself spotted, rolled back over the hill. Positive then rolled over to try and get additional vision. Nice sweeping panoramic we have here. But when Kerlov moved across, he was able to spot out Positive. Breakneck just firing in a blind shot there, see if he can actually connect with anything. He's going to reload his entire clip now. So very passive play at the moment from DiNG, and at some point DiNG are going to decide to make a move. Out of range, getting hemmed in more and more down in their side of the map. Just wondering where the push is going to come from. Is it going to be Shockish and Positive popping over there? They have to be very careful when they do this, because they could get caught from Senti, Dizek and Kerlov below them. And also you have the danger of Raging Potato shooting across with the Grill 15 there. So not a place where Shockish and Positive want to pop over either. Some blind shots from Shockish going into where they expect Raging Potato to be. He's in the Grill 15. I think it's Mojo, you've said yourself that it's one of these areas where you just know the tank's going to be if they take it.
It's really easy to guess where this Grilla will be. He has nowhere else to be at this moment, especially this position is good if someone is pushing on island or if someone is pushing water, and he can cover if you have a proxy spotter on the hill, which they don't at the moment. So he kind of has to stick back and hope that Senti will spot anyone. But there are angles that you can take with those tanks and just shoot him down without getting spotted. That's kind of a problem for them.
So Breakneck got himself spotted in the middle there and is now backing off. Bit of a rotation coming round here from DiNG, as it looks like they're wanting to set up to come down the 8-0 line, pushing into base. They know that they don't have vision. Oh, Hulknick. No.
Pop. At least he didn't lose HP.
He didn't lose HP, but he did get broken tracks. 2 tanks from DiNG have failed that boost now. There is a safer one to do, Daki says, but it's not something we normally see, so it's maybe another video to come out from Daki after he's had about 10 attempts to be able to do it in the office, not live on camera.
This is how you do it, boys.
Okay, so Positive and Shockish. I think we're going to drop over here and get shots onto Senti as the push comes in now from Maraka here, and Mertorius leading the charge in the T10 and the 113. Shockish and Positive have rolled over, but they've not actually connected any shots with anyone.
As we guessed, they are pushing this because they know this is the weak link in out-of-range defense. The question now at hand will be only how will the Clippers of out-of-range react and how will they do the counterattack? Deha, Piotr and Rysek. How will they react on this?
And there's the shots coming in now from Positive into Senti. Senti's going to be the sacrificial lamb for out of range as he's able to tell his guys, look, there's lots of people over here, please come and help. Positive gets a shot back into him that looks like a shot from the grill. Maraka's coming over to get shots now into Desik and Kerloff at the back. They still have all their shots though. Breakneck's backing off after coming down from the hill. He's backing off now. The rest of the team. Now, actually, there's a rotation from Komi, Piotr and Desik round the corner. They've came all the way around the top. They're going to jump onto Karitz on the hill on the middle. Karitz better be careful and get himself into cover. Nope, he's going to get caught out in the middle here. Desha takes quite a big hit from him. Karitz is on fire. They're just going to let him burn out. Desha just makes sure of it. No, actually, Desha was on a full clip there. Okay, so that was unusual.
Breakneck is now coming after their back, so it will be a bit of a rotation. But Piotr has more than enough shells, and Deha is also there. So this is a bit on 2-on-2 situation, but Shokish is still on a hill and he can support them. Now they need to clear the base so they don't have tanks shooting them in the back. That's why Mrakar and Mary are pushing so hard here.
Okay, that's why I was confused, because it looks like the ammo counters are not working correctly on the map. So Desha got the kill there. Now we see Breakneck dropping, Komi up, Piotr gets some kill on him. DiNG, not actually a very solid move here. It looks like out of range are recovering from it. Rysek drops Hulknick. Maraka here against Kerloff. Kerloff's in reload trying to run away, but there's wreckage as he comes round here. He's not going to make it. Unlucky Kerloff. Maraka's going to get the reload and he's going to get him shot in the back. Advantage with out of range here now with the health pool. Impossible to tell how many shots each person's got, as we have a bit of a problem here and overlay not showing us the ammo counters of each tank. I'm guessing one of these guys is on a reload because they're not engaging each other. Probably Rysek. Piotr's coming around to give him additional support. Shockish looks like he's got a full clip. Maraka's going to do what he can against Raging Potato. Raging Potato getting a huge hit back on him as Shockish comes round to deal with Komi Rysek there. Shockish picks up the kill. Maraka's still alive in his team, but just for how long? As Raging Potato's going to probably get a reload in and smash him in the face. As Shockish is going to be desperate around to come round of him. Raging Potato was able to do that. Shockish gets himself spotted, advancing now onto Komi Piotr. Is he going to go for Ram? He's not got shells either.
And Piotr doesn't have shells.
Komi Piotr's not got shells. They're going completely the opposite way, running away from each other. But Raging Potato, he's able to get shells. He's got a single shot and it's got Shockish's name on it.
Well, so far so good for out of range, honestly. Like, they are defending, they have every possible advantage. They are 2 guys against 1. Piotr could even survive the first shot of Shockish. Shockish cannot survive anything here.
So Piotr's going to just try and run away right now. He's on the defense with Raging Potato. All they need to do is make themselves safe. Shockish, he's probably reloading right now, wants to do something bold. If he can, he would need to get a shot, 2 shots into Piotr without being spotted. Then he needs at least 2 shots, 3 shots, I guess, into Raging Potato just to make that one out safe. Either one of these tanks only need 1 shot back into Shockish. I'd imagine he's probably just going to let this one go. There's no real point. It's a lost cause right now. DiNG have lost the first match here. Shockish could give his team a little bit extra time to discuss
It's gonna be formula
what to
Shockish going downhill and checking out his odds.
He's spotted by Raging Potato. He gets the shot in, and
he
then
actually
Raging
connected.
Potato gets the return shot in and wipes him out. So, not what we would expect for match number 1, battle number 1. Here we go, Mojo. Out of range 1, DiNG 0.
I didn't expect DiNG to just let go of that back that easily. They didn't spot it at all. Korit's kind of a bit overcommitted, and then they just all stopped in the attack for some reason. I kind of don't understand it. Like, it looked like they were expecting those butt shots will snipe the guys that are in a base, but they were nowhere to be found, and they didn't commit as they should have immediately. Halknik and Koritz both got caught from the back for no real reason.
When the push came in, DiNG had a strong advantage there. They came round, they took out Senti, they were in a good position, but they seemed to stall on the 2 tanks where the artillery normally sits.
They were expecting different kind of response from out of range, which came completely different. And honestly, if DiNG just kept pushing, they would just win.
But you had a nice rotation come around the middle as well from the 2 tanks. They came in, came down through the hill.
You still have a lot of guys on the hill from DiNG. They would be able to snipe them a bit later. So it's okay. They should have just pushed more.
Okay, let's have a look at the damage done there across both teams and see who came out on top. So, call me Piotr, call me damage dealer, as he's top with 11 shots, 3,500 damage. Muraka then from DiNG, then the next 2 players from out of range, where we then have Positive and Breakneck coming up next damage, and then call me Ryzek for out of range. I mean,
pretty fair performance here by out of range guys, except Dezek. Dezek fired only 1 shot in that 50. That's kind of really unusual. Like, you're a guy sitting behind a house. How can that happen? I really don't understand. Deha was one of the guys that was rotating, so fine, he got caught. Senti, he was really sacrificial lamb. I'm really surprised he even did this much.
You were saying about the AMX 5100 not being a pick that you wanted to see. It's fair to see that didn't actually do really anything in that battle. Could have chosen something else.
I mean, the core of their plan was that this exactly happens. This is what they wanted. You saw it. They wanted to do the rotation. Their tanks were positioned like this. I understand that. I don't understand why really didn't commit all the way. That was their fault. They lost the game because of that. Fine. But that 50 was not used well. And we've already seen out of range likes that 50-100. They used it before, even in attack, and it just didn't work out. Single time that I watched them.
True. That's definitely the way that one went. So let's have a look at the vehicle lineups there for map number 2, match number 2 here on Mines. So out of range now on attack with DiNG on the defense. TVPs we're seeing here on out of range with the girls on defense for DiNG. 1 girl anyway.
Well, DiNG defending with Grille and with the T49. So DiNG classically knows actually to go with all guys sometimes on middle and play really aggressive with everyone, Grille including. Out of range, on other hand, this is kind of more conventional setup and they can just do back boost. This is not really a setup that's meant to take the hill immediately.
Okay, T49, Daki saying it's a tank that on the correct map it has its uses and it's good. Certain maps it's not good, certain maps it is good. You think it's good for defense?
It's perfect for defense. It's meant for defense. It's best for defense because even if Grille is not positioned on K4, you can just shoot from the red line with T49 and you can smack them because HE always pens.
HE always pens. So here we go now. Round 2 on Mines. Out of range leading against DiNG. Can DiNG bring it back to 1-1 or are out of range going to go 2-0? Let's jump into the match and find out. What do you think is going to happen here, Mojo?
I guess DiNG will just go for the middle immediately and try to take control because that would be something they need to do against this. These guys have 2 TVPs, there will be some back sniping and it looks like they're going for water, yeah.
So out of range going for a very solid push down the water. Breakneck and another tank coming with them.
Nice point by Positive.
Are going to be able to spot that out. Breakneck and Shockish it is actually get spotted, but they're able to spot the 3 tanks there from out of range. Do DiNG have covering fire though? Are DiNG able to get shots across onto Desic or Ryzek?
Now is the moment when they get shot.
Shots coming in there. Desik gets tracked and actually spins himself round in front of his teammate, who's able to hide round behind him. So Call Me Pure is actually saved by Desik being tracked as the other shots didn't come in. Shockish, he's now in a very, very bad area as the team can loop around and get him. But these tanks now have the danger of the crossfire coming at them. DiNG are quickly repositioning to deal with this. They know that nobody's going to challenge hill. They know that what they need to do is line up their guns to face west.
Positive already left the hill and he's just trying to get here. This is something that's often played in CIS. This is aggressive play, but ooh, Piotr peaked just a millimeter too much.
So Shockish goes down there, but not before he takes out Call Me Piotr, and DiNG actually the ones who get first blood. Out of range in a decent enough position here if they can hold it off, but DiNG are quickly rotating tanks to bring guns to
Pay
bear.
attention to Deha's position. He's rotating around that little mountain and sniping on those heavies. He's like a Spider-Man there.
And there we have Positive just coming around and taking out, and looks like Komi Rizek as Desik now drops as well. Great counter rotation from DiNG to be able to deal with this. Desha getting shot in the back and in the front there. Hulkneck's on a reload. He's not able to get the killing blow. Desha's just going to roll off this hill. He has 4 shots himself. He's going to get into Hulkneck, but he's stuck. No, he's not. He's okay. Just almost getting himself stuck on the side of the hill here as he turned to get shots in. DiNG out of range, still roughly got the same HP here. Hulkneck with a dead driver, he's going to really affect his mobility. Maraka with a completely destroyed ammo rack here. That's not going to help him, or is that actually a loader, I believe? Dead loader. Out of range, the tanks they have left. Desha has hardly any HP, but the next 3 tanks all on full HP.
DiNG and out of range at the moment are similar in HP, and yes, DiNG has some damage modules, but in reality they have huge advantage. First of all, they have map control. Second of all, Deha is on 70 HP. Whoever sees him, he is dead. And third thing, a lot of HP coming from out of range is actually care of who is Ru.
Raging Potato. That was a bit of a suicidal potato there. He wants to get the kill on Positive, but he was driving into a crossfire to do that. I really don't understand that module. What was he thinking?
I guess he was trying to use the burst of his clip and just clear one side for them so they could do any kind of rotation, because as they were just stuck and they had to do something. And beside him, Ru, Kerov, was the only guy who can actually do something on the map. And he's all the time back.
So, DiNG actually coming back into this now. Out of range, Senti's being focused now by Maraka and Hulkneck. Hulkneck has a full clip to put into him. Senti's going to do what he can against Maraka, but he just doesn't have a quick enough reload. All we have left now is Kerloff and his little RU-251. He's spotted. They're going to close in on him. DiNG are going to take this one back, so it's going to end up 1-1. DiNG out of range. That's the first map down, Mojo. Is this going to continue with DiNG, or are we going to get back and forward?
Let me see. Next map, sneaky peek, steps. Out of range didn't even play it yet.
Out of range have not played steps yet.
Yes, and DiNG played one game.
One game.
One game, one side.
Not a map that
both of them didn't play it, more or less.
Okay, so did DiNG just play it once and win then?
Yeah, they just played it once, but only one side.
Okay. Okay, so it was like the first map of a...
Yeah.
Okay.
That was probably their winning point, and they just won it, and that was it.
Okay, so 1-1. That fight again, not really a dominating performance from... DiNG won it, but not really a
No,
a strong
it was pretty much equal, and we saw also that DiNG, like we've seen in some matches, sometimes struggles with decision-making. Sometimes. Okay, let's have a look at the post-battle statistics, post-match statistics. Settle down, Murphy. Desha on top there. Deha. On top there with Positive right behind him. Mertorius, Hulkneck, all from DiNG. Damage was not crucial here, in all honesty. The moment when DiNG already had tanks in the water, that was the moment when all the guys from out of range were in problem, because that's the perfect counter for that, and they were pre-aimed and they were already waiting. When Piotr peaked like with the top of his turret, you saw like it was not 1, 2, 3 shells. It was boom, he was gone. That was one tank dead immediately, and after that they were really in problem with any kind of rotation.
So Call Me Piotr there and Desik. Desik only getting 1 shot off, high rolling for it. Call Me Piotr, 0 shots done in the back chat. Not great.
Desik not having a good day today.
Breaking it, getting himself caught as well there, only 740 damage. Kerloff doing what he can in RU-251. At the end of the day, he did do more damage than 3 bat chats?
I can't say. I really don't know. I mean, I've all the time I've seen him protect their back. He was always sniping from the back. I don't know. Maybe if in some moment he was kind of more aggressive, he would do better. That true is taken because he has the sort of a cooldown for that position he was playing, and he can climb there fast. But after that, not the best tank for this map.
Yes, it's RU251. It's effective on some maps, but I don't think on mines it's a tank that we're going to see quite a lot of. Now, we're going into the next map, which you said we're going to go into steps. Let's have a look at the lineup for the vehicles that are going to be used in this battle. Now, I don't see anything that stands out as particularly different or noteworthy, Mojo, do you?
Well, Out of Range has really proactive setup here. They're playing with 2 113s, Objective 140, and artillery. So effectively, they can choose any side to push. It looks to me they will push more maybe on the open cap, but we will see. On other side, on the other hand, DiNG really, it's kind of a setup that either doesn't like smell nice or it doesn't stink. It's just nowhere there, you know?
It's pretty middle ground, yeah. Pretty standard setup here for steps. DiNG looking to just cover all bases with what they've got. The only other thing you'd maybe expect in there was an artillery or something like that, but DiNG just kind of playing it safe, not wanting to do anything too risky.
You don't need artillery in defense, you just need people who know to boost.
So, on out of range they have a Object 140. Let's have a look and see how that works in game as we go on to map number 2 in DiNG versus out of range, all tied at 1-1. Okay, so Mojo, what I was going to ask is, why do teams use the Object 140 here and not, for example, T62A? Now, there's a lot of people in chat who play randoms, don't play 7 versus 7 tier 10 like this. Why do they choose that specific Russian medium over the other Russian mediums?
Well, personally, I'm one of the guys who actually prefers 62, but that's just for casual games. Here, you have that one degree of actual cooldown more in Object 140, so that's the prime difference. Also, 62 has a better turret maybe, but still, that little gun depression is needed on steps because you are trying to use all the defilates here in your advantage. So it's a brilliant gun on both of them, barely any difference. So it's just really similar, just that a little cooldown difference.
Is it a tank that sometimes would just come down to individual preference, or are we always going to see the 140?
We're just gonna see your Object 140 if you need to snipe from somewhere. If you need to put someone in a ditch to provoke enemy reaction, it might be 62 then because of a better turret.
Okay, so DiNG taking control of the tracks at the top here. We saw Karitz taking position up on the hill to cover base number 2. Breakneck just covering him a little bit going down the bottom. Piotr is spotted, but no one from DiNG is going to risk rolling over that hill to try and get shots into him.
DiNG is gathering here for a fight, mate. Trust me on that, because they either need to run away or to pull a fight, because playing against Arty and sitting there, it doesn't work. There we go. Maraka is already playing aggressive.
Maraka poking over. Looks like they're going to try and get Shockish, allow him to come over the back. Maraka's trading shots with Ryzek. Looks like Shockish is going to get shot to him as well. And that happens as Shockish gets shot. Kerloff coming in at the back as well. Shockish is stuck on the tracks now as multiple shots come back into him. So Komi Ryzek has dropped, but how long is it going to be till Shockish drops as he goes down as well? That's always the danger of peeking over the rails, as you can be overexposed. Komi Piotr now gets dropped by Breakneck coming in for back support on Meritorious and Maraka, and Positive in the middle here as Senti wants to get shots in as well, but he knows it's too risky.
This is going from bad to worse for out of range. Don't forget, one of their players is actually artillery. So they only have 4 guns and one of them can shoot after 40 seconds and maybe hit his RNGs is really with them.
Breakneck coming up with there over the hill and just saying, whoa, who do I shoot at first? Maraka's going to deal with Senti, or he's going to ignore him. He looks like he can't decide whether he wants to go for him or just drive on.
He's just moving away so Arty doesn't hit him by accident.
He's going to drive on and just leave Senti there behind. The rest of DiNG are just sweeping past him. They want to deal with Raging Potato and Kerloff. There's Kerloff going down. All they have to do now is find Raging Potato. The only person they have left after that is Dezik in the artillery. Senti now gets dropped by the TVP of Hulknik. There goes Raging Potato. Oh, Dezik.
They've lost
Oh,
only one tank.
Desik, all by
It was
yourself, mate.
visible. You really don't need an AVAX or a drone to see that DiNG will actually push you, and their positions were not done well enough to deal with it, and they did not apply enough damage. They focused all on one guy, that 113 on the rail, so he paid for all the fun, but they actually had no solution for anyone else. And honestly, if they were doing preparations, this identical scenario could be seen, example, when Kazna was attacking on steps. They were playing with tier 9 RT, but they went in drama in the same way, because you just don't have angles to cover all that. The only difference Kazna did, they managed to run away with a lot of budgets and to regroup, and they had Fishy on really elevated positions, so he was covering them, so they eventually won the game. But it really didn't apply here to out of range. They just took so default positions, it was obvious. Like 30 seconds before the DiNG will push them.
Certainly a very quick match, almost as quick as the cap rush we had earlier on Muravanka. That's probably going to be a record, I think. I think we need to double check the time at how long that one went over.
I'm going to have to see that.
So let's have a look at the stats and see the damage done there. Very strong performance from DiNG. They were completely in control of that match, and there you have top 3 damage dealers.
Very positive. Harknik, all fine.
All fine. Then the next 2 coming in from out of range, really on a defensive duty, doing what they can. Breakneck and Emiraka again from DiNG. So out of the top 7 damage dealers in that battle, 5 of them coming in from DiNG. Now, DiNG's only other player was in an RU251. You wouldn't expect him to be there. I'd imagine the guy in 8th place is also going to be DiNG.
It really doesn't matter here. In start of the tactics, the approach from out of range was flawed, so they didn't really have a chance what to do much. Their angles, their coverage, their shooting was really horrible. Look at this Piotr. He was down there, and then he chased people around some little hill, and he just died there alone, completely alone.
So
really bad play.
Unfortunate for out of range. After going 1-0 up here, it looks like DiNG are back in the driver's seat and trying to wrestle control of this match. I mean, Karitz barely had an impact in that battle, yet he still came out above 3 other players. One guy from DiNG. So
unreal, but steps are really one of the maps that is still with the lowest defensive value, only 20%. It's kind of unexpected for both Ducky and me, because we know this boost, we know what these teams are capable of, but so many of them are failing those boosts and they're losing the games because of that. That was really shocking.
It's a map where if you can get people into these positions, it's hugely powerful. We saw, like we said, a team like Rusty Roster not performing in all cylinders, but they did it. They managed to get somebody up 2 tanks in 2 very important positions, and they absolutely dominated
the game before the enemy even knew.
Absolutely dominating it was, yeah. So let's have a look at the lineups as we go into round 2 here on steps. Nothing really different from the teams again, Mojo. We're seeing an artillery in use again for out of range on the defense now.
Yeah, they are using it again in defense. That's quite a risk, because if you're heavily pressed, artillery doesn't really help. It's okay when you want to decap something far away, and if you want to shoot sporadic targets. Luckily for them, DiNG actually has a lot of targets, 3 heavies. So if DiNG had a lot more mediums to press with, I would be really worried if I was in out of range. But like this, they might actually deal with this.
So from this lineup on DiNG, where are you expecting them to focus on?
With this, with every heavies and playing against RT, well, cap is not an opportunity. I mean, they might trigger the cap with Ru, because out of range actually has no real spotter except that Bachat. If they manage to shake off one of them and just stay RT safe, they can just try to trigger out of range to do some damage and then do the final push.
Okay, let's find out. Can DiNG make it 3-1, or can out of range bring it back to 2-2? As we jump into action, the tanks are ready to go now on steps, and we are off. Where are we going to see these vehicles go and set up position? I'm interested to see, are out of range going to take control of the map like DiNG did by going complete railroads, or are they going to come down the east side of the map for a bit more control that way?
And no one is trying to boost from out of range, so they're just spreading out as a bit of spotters.
Oh,
really aggressive one by Piotr even.
Double Batchat boost here, trying to get the Batchat up there, is that possible?
Yes, it is, but I don't know, I don't like it,
not
and
like
they
that.
failed it.
Not if you give yourself a bit too much distance.
Honestly, why would you put... I mean, it's nice to have a clipper up, but you need to lean a lot, and you are susceptible to enemy fire then. It's not like when it's a light tank. I kind of really don't like it.
We saw teams put leopards up there, we've seen teams put even a grill up there.
There is a reason why you put a single shooter medium there. because you can endlessly try to decap something and cover your teammates when you're shooting enemy in the back if they push you. But with the Clipper, those options are kind of limited.
So that was a nice shot from Breakneck there into the back of Raging Potato. Actually damaged his fuel tank as well, so...
They also know there is no one up now.
Raging Potato, yeah, that's correct. Breakneck not being spotted right now, so Raging Potato has to be careful he doesn't get another shot into his rear like that, because that's going to set him on fire.
They'll really trigger the cap.
Damage coming there into Desha as well as he kind of pokes over the hill, and then another shot coming into Raging Potato.
No one broke the cap. Actually, that cap can interfere with artillery. That's the funny part.
Matorius getting splash damage there as artillery knows just to go for the wreckage in the middle or the building in the middle, so he splash damaged Matorius there. Now, this all depends on DiNG being able to lure out of range into their gun sights. They need to stop any kind of rotations that you're seeing coming around. Matorius actually has a dead driver as well, so he doesn't have a lot of mobility in that cap circle. As Call Me Piotr and Call Me Ryzek are actually coming, not Call Me Piotr, but Call Me Ryzek and Senti are actually pushing over into the hill, right into the cap circle right now. Call Me Piotr is going to get caught in a crossfire, but it looks like right on the cap circle there's a little fight going to go happen over the edge.
Half a second positive. By a split, by a hairline, he ran away. But there is a lot of pressure now on him.
Maraka getting hit by artillery there as Breakneck takes out Dezik. Kuritz is on a reload. He's going to get shots into Call Me Piotr in just a second. Kerloff getting absolutely annihilated by Positive and getting outplayed there. Now Call Me Piotr is going to get caught in the crossfire. He's in a bad spot. He's between 3 tanks right now. Positive's on a reload, but Hulkneck's going to get him as well. So Hulkneck gets the kill into Call Me Piotr. Matorius and Maraka are pushing over the hill now. They want to get rid of Senti and Call Me Ryzek putting pressure on him. Senti's having to back off now. He's only got 224. No, it's Raging Potato. Senti's only got 255 health left. Call Me Ryzek's going to go down. Breakneck is coming in to distract him. He doesn't have any ammo. He's actually trying to ram him. He rams Senti, but not for enough. As Shockish comes over, Call Me Piotr, all 3 of them drop at the end, and pow! They take that one really quickly, Mojo.
Take a breather.
It's happening so quickly, mate.
Yeah, it's really fast game, but I really don't understand the idea behind out of range there. Again, one of the teams that just lost because of failed boost, because this kind of push would never happen if they had a single tank up there. Also, if they wanted to rotate as they started, they just left the Tarty to die. They just completely left him. I really don't get it, why and how, but this play was so confusing, and it looks like 3 people were calling the shots and everyone was just doing a different thing. Because even those mediums chasing Positive just stood and they were going up and down, and Kurit was like, okay, I'm going to shoot you anyways all the time. You can do whatever you want.
Okay, so interesting match there. DiNG looking confident after losing that first game. They've now won 3 games on the trot. We are 2 maps down. We're going to be getting set up to go into our 3rd map, which is going to be Cliff. Autoloader City. Basically, this is the wild, wild west as everyone brings their
We are always hoping it will be the wild, wild west because of the old times and because everything, but it's usually changed tactics now. But we should just see what they did in the last game.
Okay, let's have a look at the damage statistics for that battle. Breakneck coming out on top for DiNG, and actually top 4 players there, and damage-wise, all coming out on DiNG's side.
As we said, Kurit knows to perform sometimes, most of the times lately, honestly, and he did like 2k damage in that row. But Breakneck, as we expect, he is the lead damage in his team. He is something that they need to step up much more toward the end. We've seen him have some bad matches, but lately he is playing steadily again.
Okay, so Call Me Piotr there, number 8 in the team. Then we have Matorius, Call Me Ryzek, Maraka, Kerlov, Dezik.
Dezik is having a horrible day. Like now he's not even hitting with Arty.
Yeah, pure Raging Potato there as well. He must be pretty angry. Down at the bottom there, only really getting off 1 shot in the back chat. Not really having much of an impact in that game. We saw him on Mines doing that kind of crazy push down the bottom there, thinking he had enough to take some out, but he was driving into a crossfire. It wasn't really a smart idea.
It's like all really weird choices, a lot of mistakes. I don't know, like they're expecting a game to win itself. Like they don't have to do anything. Like you really have to guess those rotations. You need to participate in those tactics, and communication within a team is not on the level at the moment.
Definitely. So out of range, can they get the coordination back together and try and get up a defense here against DiNG, or are DiNG going to run away with it? Let's have a look at the tank lineups that we're going to see here on Cliff. Autoloader City, as you can see, but also a T-49 being used in defense for DiNG.
I think DiNG didn't change this lineup since the start of the season. They're playing like this, and usually they put that 49 sometimes together with TP, sometimes alone down. Everyone else goes and spreads along the hills. They played so default that, I don't know, maybe out of range can really do something about it, because they are all about higher tiers. They have no need to split anyone. They can just go with all 7.
Okay, so one of Daki's favourite setups here, seeing the 2 Batchat tier 9s, a TVP and then multiple Batchats, always seems to be effective here on Cliff. It really depends on whether out of range can make it work for them. They're going to be on the attack with DiNG on the defense. So we're ready now for map number 3. Cliff, out of range, can he make it 2-3 or can DiNG make it 4-1? Let's find out. Okay, so how are these guys going to play this one? Are we going to get a fight in the 1-2 area, or is it going to be fairly standard stuff, going to cover the E4, E5 area, and then have tanks covering the hill as well?
Let's see. Light tank going down again, Korit. Nice. Everyone else is going up, so they are just not even going to push with TVP there, because they don't expect a massive push by out of range. But surprisingly, that is exactly what they're doing.
Kurits could get annihilated here in just a second, ladies and
No
gentlemen.
way. He is just
He
gonna
stops,
spot them
yeah.
and run away, maybe even fire a shot.
So 1, 2,
There
3,
we
4,
go.
all spotted. Oh, what a shot into Ryzik. 7-9-2. That's why you take a T-49, ladies and gentlemen, because you can get shots off like that. He had time to sit there, he had time to aim, pick his shot. Probably wasn't aiming at a specific tank, he was just waiting for the tank to drive into gunline and aim it
There is a
properly.
fast push. Look at this. Immediate counterattack by DiNG.
So Hulknick and everyone else rushing into the middle here. Hulknick getting lots of shots. Shock is covering. We see Kerloff drop. We see Call Me Piotr drop. They were on the hill. They have gone. DiNG have lost HP on multiple tanks, but out of range have dropped 2 tanks. Ryzik took the massive hit already from the T-49. Crossfire coming back in here from out of range as they're trying to get shots back into DiNG. They're trading back and forward right now. They're backing off. They don't know who's who. They don't know who's got many shots. Senti's having to reload. The rest of his team still have shots, but they want to leave that area. They don't think it's safe.
Unless someone loses the electricity or some divine intervention happens, this game is already over, though HP is similar. DiNG has 7 guns and they are in good positions to deal with out of range. Now you've seen why you do not split tanks like that, like out of range did, and why can you just use a 49 down. 49 is a light tank, he can spot, he can fire for a lot of damage on these no armor Frenchy tankies, so they cannot deal with it. And the other guys, when they see if you're split, they can just do immediate counter-attack like this and wipe you out from the map, and this is exactly what DiNG did.
Shockish rotating now with positive on the top of this hill. This is Applewell's hill. You can see the little warning sign about falling apples. That's where he got stuck in the grand finals. Since then, the map has been changed to avoid anyone else suffering the same fate. I'm sure these Batchats on this area must be terrified that's going to happen to them, but they don't have to worry. The terrain has been changed. Positive now taking a lot of damages trying to play peekaboo over that hill. DiNG, actually, since the trade-off has happened at the moment, are starting to lose a bit more HP and out of range are coming back into it. Now, out of range are down 2 guns. DiNG have all their guns on the battlefield. They don't really have a lot of trade. DiNG need to start cycling people in with more HP at the front lines. At the moment, Positive's taking a huge amount of hits. Shockish was up on that hill with him. He's taken hits and had to pull back with the dead commander.
DiNG has really good positions here. Shockish, fortunately for himself, he doesn't really need that commander because Koris is spotting everything for him down. He's just aimed to fire if someone appears. Positive really did not need to lose all that HP. That was bloody greedy. I can just say that. I guess he's just gonna try to climb up maybe here, or he's just gonna curl up in a corner and wait for something to happen so he can snipe. Because that's all you can do with this kind of HP. From almost 1500 to 100. That's not cool.
So we see Senti trying to do a rotation background. Positive, not quite sure where he wants to go, but he's actually going to try and do the climb up here. I don't think he did have enough speed. So Senti trying to do a rotation here, trying to get some additional crossfire for his teammate, trying to set up something to give a different angle. He's taking out a lot of terrain as he goes, but everything's safe where he is. There isn't really any eyes, but the minute he rolls up over this hill, he'll be spotted. He has to be very careful here because guns will turn on him quite quickly. He spots Hulknick. Hulknick doesn't spot him. He's on a reload. He gets
Oh,
one
it's a
shot
good
into
connection.
Hulknick. Can he get another one? He gets another one. Can he get a third one? Is Hulknick wide open?
It's
No.
really strange how many greedy reactions here from DiNG. Like, from all the advantages they have, they're just selling out their HP for nothing.
And you see the blind fire shots coming back in from DiNG, trying to seek out Senti as they can try and get a shot into him, but every one of them missed. The Senti climbing back round here. Looks like he's going to want to pop up over the edge here. He's on a reload. Has to be very careful how he manages this. The rest of out of range just playing nice and safe. Those shots from Senti brought down the HP advantage again that DiNG had. It's actually very close. DiNG have more guns, but the HP is not quite... Oh, it's still in their advantage, but not by a lot, Mojo.
The problem is all Clipper game. When you start pushing, you have no armor, and even those guys with 100 health, they can still do 2000 to you. That's really a hard choice. When you decide to push, you must make a perfect angle, so the least number of guns is actually shooting you, and before that they need to try to take out someone.
Now, the advantage still lies with DiNG. They're on the defense. They know that if out of range want to do something, out of range have to push, because the longer this match goes on, the more advantageous it is for DiNG. They can happily run the clock out and win it that way. At some point, out of range knows that they're going to have to make a push, and DiNG knows also that at some point, out of range is going to have to make a push. The big question is, where's it going to happen? So Senti still driving about here in the middle, trying to look for tactics.
It's gonna be interesting to see, guys. Like, we have him, but he has a dead commander, so he's not really a spotter. He will just shoot if he sees something left and right. Important people are actually these guys. These two guys, they can monitor both here and shoot if someone pushes, or here. So that's the crucial. Mrakar here, from this position, he will see any rotation coming up here or pushing from this side. So that's giving them a critical information. And these guys here will see if someone is trying to pressure the one cap or try to linger below them. And you see Senti is already spotted here, so they already know. So these guys here, this is the key play. If they can be eliminated, out of range can win. If not, the game is already lost.
Whilst you've had the map up, Mojo, we've just seen DiNG taking out Positive up on the hill. Creets was able to spot Senti. Senti got hit by about 1,000 as he was backing off, but it was I think it was Positive was one of the people shooting at him. Creets had to back off. Raging Potato was able to give Senti additional covering fire, and it was actually Raging Potato that took out Positive up on that hill there. So a little bit of action there. Senti was just driving about in the bottom trying to spot out members of DiNG, but out of range came off worse than that. DiNG have lost a tank, but out of range, lost a lot of HP.
And they're going to try to utilize this, but still, the problem is Koritz is on one side, Hulknick is another. If they had a single guy out of the position, like if Koritz was not there or Hulknick, they could try to move tanks around a bit, you know, and try to surprise them by some swift climb and just shoot one guy off like this. It's a big problem, because if anyone tries to do a cheeky climb and maybe endanger Shockish or anyone else, Koritz will just smack him in the back with that HE shell or heat, whatever he has loaded.
Speaking of cheeky climbs, Senti just rolled up that hill there and tried to get a shot off. He's spotted Hulknick. Raging Potato coming round in support of him, so Senti just sitting up on this hill. He did roll over there. I mean, he has to be careful, because I'm sure Koritz will be aiming down at him, trying to get a shot into his back. Senti just not quite sure how he wants to take this right now. Hulknick is on a one-shot. He can be taken out. Hulknick's probably going to want to try and get a tracking shot into Senti, then follow up with another shot. Now, Call Me Ryzik has a dead driver. That's going to obviously affect his aiming. Shockish, one of the most advanced people there forward on his team, has a dead commander. That's going to affect his vision radius. Raging Potato can be one shot. Ryzik can be two-shotted. Senti can be two-shotted. Now, on DiNG, Hulknick's a one-shot. Everybody else on the team is at least two shots.
The key thing is, again, Breakneck, he's on full HP and he's in good position to shoot wherever he wants, and he will probably have opportunity to reload and do it again. So the only key players here for out of range are Deha and Dezek. They are the only ones with enough HP to do any kind of rotations and to try to confront the enemy.
Shockish getting a shot over there onto Dezek, and Dezek in return gets shots into Shockish. I don't think Shockish can actually see him. He's just taking two shots there. Just misses with a third one. He's going to go for a fourth and make it connect.
Shockish already probably fell to other side, but I would really like to see how is he positioned and why is he taking all this damage.
Shockish
It's only a minute and a half left.
Shockish taking three shots there he didn't need to take. Mertorius is covering
Oh,
Hulknick.
look at the shot by Koritz!
Oh, there it goes. Mertorius takes out Dezek as Koritz is able to just bide his time and wreck that tank there. Very well played, very good holding. And there
look
we
at
go,
the positions
Desha.
on the hill, how they're crucial. Wherever you rotate, he just turns the gun and shoots. King of the hill here.
Great positioning from DiNG, able to cover that. They knew, like I said, at some point there's going to have to be a push for one of the caps. Out of range, they're going to have to make a move, and DiNG just need to position and try and work out where it comes from. They tried multiple different things there at the same time, and DiNG had every avenue covered. The T49 there, really productive for the team, getting in 2 massive shots that affected those situations quite strongly, Mojo.
T49 was crucial in this, but he was just only one key tool. The key moment was actually the spotting. Like, even without that 800 damage, it would still be the same thing. Like, Koritz spotted them, he saw their split, the other guys that were up, they saw split of tanks, and they pushed them before guys that were coming from the 1-2 line can actually help them. They immediately ran down, they took some damage from them, but after that they were in the houses. They're just taking them out, and after that it was 7-5 game. While that was going on, Shokish was already climbing that hill to provide proxy spot on these guys so they would have a crossfire if they tried to counter push.
Yeah, it was really nice hill play. Once the first fight started, afterwards Shokish went up onto that hill. We had great shots down onto, I guess, Applewell's hill, we could call
Positive
it there.
was also there.
And Positive came up in support of him, so it was great play from those tanks. Let's have a look at the post-battle statistics to actually see where the damage came from on DiNG.
Got it!
Top 2, but Koritz in the T49 doing what you want him to do, which is huge amounts of damage and spotting. Positive second there in the back chat. He was on low health for a lot of the battle, Mojo, but he still was able to contribute for his team.
Yes, but I believe he would contribute much more if he didn't waste that HP trying to shoot one shell more. That was really rookie mistake. I mean, they probably feel really relaxed in this match, but it was not needed. He peaked like some Bob over that ridge in a couple of tanks that were aiming for him just to do one more shot, and he took 1k plus for nothing.
And we have poor Decha there at the bottom with Komi Riziek. Both on back chats, obviously you'd want them to do a lot more. They were, I mean, everyone was out damaged with a T49, but the T49, if it gets those big crazy rolls, then it's going to do ridiculous damage. I think he connected 3 times there and to be able to do about 20,000 damage. I mean, the first one he did was about 750. So if you're doing roughly about 3 shots, 700, 600 odd Mac high rolls, that's what you want as a T49 player. I mean,
this was a perfect game for him, and he was just lurking for his moment. And Koritz is not even the best player in 49. You could imagine, like, the beast on Dentech was actually breakneck.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to go for round number 2 here. Let's have a look at the lineups that you're going to see. Can DiNG secure it? They're on match point now, as we'd expect.
Fight lineup. There, no light from this side. And out of range is playing with artillery again. So slow play, and it's just about positioning now. If they position well to counter any kind of pressure, this can really pay off. Otherwise, a pain.
DiNG going super aggressive here with all of the back chats. Autoloader City. TVP, M4, M43 there from out of range. TVP, and then back chat 25. So the big thing about engagements like this is that everybody runs in, everybody gets their shots off. Some people might be sneaky and hold 1 or 2 in the chamber to catch people running away. But generally it's like a wave coming in. It's like, whoosh, it breaks, it goes crazy, it comes back, and then just when you think everything's okay, the wave comes back in again as everyone's reloaded and
DiNG will
comes
not
back
push
at it.
unless they think out of range is split, so they don't have the focus fire. They're just gonna play it slow for the hill domination and try to just outplay them in that fashion.
Okay, so let's jump into the battle. As we can see, if DiNG, can they make it 5-1, or can out of range take it back to 4-2? I'm thinking this is going to be in DiNG's favour, Mojo. I think this is going to be a quick exchange between these two. This match itself, or this battle, sorry, might drag on a little bit, but I think DiNG are going to see it out.
DiNG has an old school Russian core. I mean, they can really choose what to pressure, but this is not going straight for the fight. There might be some multiple boosts from the other side combined with some kind of pressure. Let's see.
DiNG being quite sneaky here.
It would be very interesting if all of them go just around and push.
Yep.
I would really like to see that one.
DiNG staying together here. Looks like they're going to do something we don't normally see. 1 is obviously grouping up. 2 is grouping up and going this way. Now, a couple of guys might get spotted. I'm wondering if they're going to have everyone go up the hill backwards. Notice a feint. Now they're splitting and going up the hill. So it looks like they might be trying to go up the hill from 2 different directions.
It's going to be a pressure attack from the 2 sides.
Maraka,
This is not about climbing. This is about fighting.
Maraka and Karitz are going around to maybe act as bait and run back round, but the rest of DiNG are waiting down the bottom. Are these guys just
They
going
are
to come
going
here
to
and come
push.
back?
No. This is a full commitment. 2 guys are here as a bait. 5 guys are coming in now. It's just about timing. These guys will try to occupy time, and they are doing even good damage at that. Oh, my God, Kerov is completely alone.
Brilliant. They're able to single out Kerlov. These are 2 tier 9 Batchats. As Falconek's jumping onto Call Me Piotr, and the rest of his team's coming over. There's Breakneck jumping over into Call Me Piotr as well. Crossfire coming into Breakneck. Hulkneck and Breakneck desperately trying to kill him here. Now we see that Maraka has also been dropped, but the rest of DiNG are coming round. They're trying to focus fire. Raging Potato's been dropped. Positive going to get shots into Call Me Ryzik, who doesn't have the shots. He's going to go down after him. Positive's got 5 shots. He wants the kill here.
No,
Ryzik,
it's not only about to heal. He doesn't want to let him reload because they know Artie is the last player, and Artie is like once in 40 seconds.
this is a dominating performance from DiNG. They had this plan. This was a pocket pick. They're like, okay, guys, let's go for special plan B. Positive now fighting off against Senti. Positive's on a reload. Senti only has 2 shots. I don't think he has enough to be able to get him here. He needs to make sure both shots hit. There's one. Actually, probably has enough damage to do it here.
This game is so over.
Meanwhile, Shockies kills Desha. Senti's desperate to get that. He doesn't do it. Oh, Karit's coming in with the save there. Crazy ram, and that's it. Artillery's the only one left. Like I said, well, I was wrong because I said I thought the battle might go on long, but pow, DiNG just take this one nice and quickly. They're like, okay, guys, match point. Let's do it.
They're just gonna decide it. They will not play in that playground. They just want to finish the game, get done with it, get wrecked. Bye, see ya, 5-1.
That was one of the